everyone. This week, this is Jason, and I'm going to give you my Week 4 Draftkings Millionaire Maker lineup. Did a little bit better last week. Had the Andrew Luck T.Y. Hilton stack. T.Y. Hilton in particular did have a great game, so I'm improving every week on these videos. So I'm going to try to continue on with that and build upon that and see what we can do this week. Now, quarterback. I'm going to do something that I like to do a lot last year, and that's pay down at quarterback. I think there's some great options at quarterback this week if you pay up to. You could go with Cam Newton. You can go with Matthew Stafford. You can go with Matt Ryan. You can go with Phillip Rivers. You can go with Kirk Cousins, who's a great play as well. Carson Palmer, Joe Flacco. Osweiler's kind of a sneaky play. But in this situation, I'm going to go with the sneakiest of all players, and that's Trevor Siemian. And I'm going to pair him with his wide receiver one, and that's Demaryius Thomas. You know, Demaryius Thomas had a solid week last week, but it was mainly Emmanuel Sanders that went off. So Sanders' ownership is going to be a little bit higher than Demaryius Thomas. So it's more or less why I like Demaryius better in this game. And he's also looking like the higher rated player in the Fantasy Labs models that I'm looking at. So I want the Siemian Demaryius stack, which nobody's going to be on for week 4, and I'm going to make it a game stack, and I'm going to even go a little bit more unusual in this game stack, and I'm going to use Charles Sims across the other side of the field. And the theory is here that the Denver Broncos are going to pressure Jameis Winston immensely in this game, and he's not going to have a lot of time to get the ball down the field, so he's going to have to check it down to Charles Sims quite a bit, and it's something that he does quite often anyway. And I think Sims is potentially in a spot where he could get more targets than usual because of that. And he's also their main running back. He gets all of their touches. And we did see that Jeremy Hill had some success on the ground against Denver last week. But playing wide receivers against the Broncos is something that I don't like to do. A lot of people are talking about Mike Evans and Adam Humphries, but I'm going to stay away from them in this matchup because the Denver cornerbacks are the best in the NFL. At my other wide receiver positions, one of them I'm going to go with is Terrell Pryor, and it's mainly because of usage. He's been playing quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. Anyone who has that enormous amount of usage against a weak Washington Redskins defense is going to be in a good spot, regardless of the high ownership. He's going to get 20 to 25 points, and that's something that I do not want to fade in this spot. To correlate my Cleveland Browns play, I'm going to go across the other side of the field, and I'm going to take a Washington Redskins pass catcher and tight end Jordan Reed. With Jordan Reed, I think he hasn't had a great game yet, but he is due. He does have a good relationship with Kirk Cousins. Eventually, they're going to have a great game, and I can't think of a better spot than against the Cleveland Browns. Another one of my wide receiver plays is going to be Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley is very cheap at $3,900. Dez Bryant is projected to be out for this game. Also, Dak Prescott loves to throw inside the hash marks. Cole Beasley has been getting a great amount of targets. He's very cheap at $3,900 for the targets that he's going to get. And the San Francisco 49ers play at an extremely fast pace. There's going to be 20 to 25 more plays up for grabs for the Dallas Cowboys in this game. Cole Beasley is in a fantastic price. I'm going to do another correlation play here with my running back and my defense. And I'm going to go with David Johnson, and I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals. David Johnson has probably the best floor of any player in the NFL at this point, and they're in a fantastic matchup against the Los Angeles Rams, and they should be ahead in this game. David Johnson should have a lot of success in this game. The Cardinals defense has the potential for some big points and some big turnovers in this game. For my final play, I'm going to go with the Sunday night hammer of Jeremy Maclin. And basically the thought process is that Pittsburgh does give up some points to number 1 wide receivers. It's going to be a player that's not going to be extremely highly owned in the late game. So if you're looking for points later on in the day and you're not trying to cancel it out with someone who may have Antonio Brown or Le'Veon Bell, Jeremy Maclin's a good pivot off of those plays at this price. And he's a fantastic play. A lot of people were on him last week thinking he was going to go off against the Jets. That didn't quite happen. So some people may be off of him this week, and I think it's just as good of a matchup against the Steelers. So there's my lineup for week 4. Good luck, everyone.